Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 28th of August. With Robert Murray McShane, we work our way through the book of Lamentations today, reading the 5th chapter, which begins, "Remember, Lord, what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our homes to foreigners. We have become fatherless, our mothers are widows. We must buy the water we drink. Our wood can only be had at a price." And he carries on looking at their situation and describing how desperate it is. A book probably written by Jeremiah or one of his associates, and most likely after the exiles had been taken off to Babylon and they're part of the remnant left in Judah, and paints a pitiful picture of what life was like and the struggles they were going through and the desperate situation they found themselves in. Verse 15, he says, "Joy is gone from our hearts. Our dancing has been turned to mourning." And it really is a sad situation. And as I read that, I thought, too often today we tend to think life must always be good and positive and happy and bouncy. And if it isn't, you dress it up as though it is. And people say, "How are you feeling?" "No, I'm well," irrespective of how you actually are feeling. And we tend to put on a good face. And sometimes we think that if things are not going well, it reflects badly on us and it's our fault and we've got all these issues that we have to try and deal with. But what struck me about Lamentations 5 is how brutally honest it is, painting this appalling picture and just saying, "God, look at where we are." The writer acknowledges that they have sinned and ignored what God said, and this has now happened. But the point is just that he's totally honest. He doesn't try and dress it up. He doesn't make as if it's not so bad. He doesn't, this is so bad, but there's also this. The whole thing is just, this is a desperate situation, and we're crying out to God. And sometimes in our lives, we might reach that kind of place where we're desperate, and we would like to say, "God, this is desperate, but," and there are no buts. There's just the desperate. And in situations like that, we follow Lamentations and we just cry out to God in our desperation, without the trappings of hope. And we're completely honest, brutally honest with God of where we are. And if we find that we're not in that position, we pour out our praise to God because we could be. And we say, "God, we're not there, but thank you for that." And we draw alongside people that find themselves in that situation. And we don't lecture them, we don't cajole them, we don't, but look on the bright side of life. Just get along and weep with them in their suffering. So I think that the real message I have is be honest with God, because God knows. Be honest with where we are, what we're going through, what our experiences are, what our wishes are, what our disappointments are, what our joys are. Honesty, because God knows. Be blessed.